Everybody, parents, before we talk about the kids on social media, let's talk about you on social media. There are some things parents should be thinking about before posting to their own social media accounts. Today, attorney Stan Gipe of Dolman Law is here with an important warning on how you can, of course, stay safe on social media and, more importantly, keep your kids safe on social media. Thank you for joining us, Stan.
Hey, Malik, thanks for having me today.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on. This is such an interesting idea. You were calling it sharenting. How do you define what that is for people?
You know, sharenting is just a new word for something we've all done when we had kids, and that's sort of brag on our kids, show people photos of their accomplishments, and talk about what they've done to the community. Okay, now that we've got the internet, the community has expanded. So what used to be a photo that someone would take to work and show their friends now becomes a photo that's posted online. Okay, the audience that gets to see this is less controlled, and it's less of a small group. So what happens is we call this sharenting, because now we're sharing stuff about our parenting with a much larger group than you may have intended to.
And there are some consequences that, I think parents do know, but honestly, getting ready for this segment, there were a lot of things I didn't realize. What are some of those consequences?
Let me just tell you, the one thing when I talk to parents about it that really opens their eyes to these sort of problems is I tell them, look, you're posting a picture of yourself, your family, you're at the beach, you're all interacting. It's your 8-year-old son, your 14-year-old daughter, yourself, and everyone, you're having a great day at the beach, and you decide you're going to post a photo to show what a great time you're having at the beach, and you post it to your website or some social media site. You've got an intended audience of people you wanted to see that, maybe your friends and family. What if you were to find out that photo of your 14-year-old girl in a bikini at the beach was on there, and that the audience that was interacting with it was primarily older single males? Okay, that would give you a different sort of feel about putting that photo online, and that's what you got to realize. That is the audience that's out there. The audience that's looking at your post isn't always the intended audience, and they don't always have good intentions.
That's such a powerful example. We want to show you all some more of the consequences. Take a look at your screen, everybody. But I have to ask you this, Stan, right? Because, what do you tell people who are like, well, my Facebook is private, my Instagram is private, only my close friends are going to see this photo of my child or my children? What do you tell them on why they should still not be posting images like that?
Okay, things are sort of private, okay? They're private until they aren't. Okay, so who can see your Facebook post? Or friends, friends of friends, friends of friends, friends, okay? There's a couple different audiences when you're looking about kids, okay? Kids want to create their own online identity. Sometimes a parent will jump in line and usurp that. They start posting things about the kids being silly, being stuff like that, and sort of creating a different image for the child than the child would choose to create for himself. Okay? A lot of this stuff will open your child up to bullying later. Things that someone looking to create problems for your kid can exploit. That naked photo of him when he's 3 years old running around at the beach looking cute is something different when he's 13 and a bully finally pulls it up and posts it and shares it with the entire class to say, hey, look at this. So it's not just predators, okay? It's not just people who are looking to do ill to your child. It's sometimes fodder for bullies, and it can create a different image for your child than they're looking to create for themselves.
So true. And then you think about it, everybody, like you all saw on that visual earlier, these things really can last forever, right? So think about, that photo you're posting of them at 9 years old now can actually be damaging to when they're 29 years old and are trying to have the best job, out there. When their employer looks up those old photos, that could be a hindrance to their employment. And as you all see there as well, there's a mental health component as well. But I got to ask you this, right? Because look, we all know, everybody watching, including me and you, know that parents are going to still post photos, right, of their children. What types of photos are okay for parents to post?
You got it. The information in the photo needs to be limited, okay? We don't want to show information that would give someone with bad intentions the ability to target your child. And it's almost like billionaires have been doing this forever, okay? Because they want to protect the kids. They don't want them to get kidnapped, ransomed, these kind of things. Well, now what's happened is all of our children are out there in an environment where a predator can see them. So you don't want to do things that would be identifying, like, hey, here's where they go to school. Here's exactly what time they're at this location every day. Oh, here they are with different friends in specific locations. You want to be benign. You can show pictures, but you don't want to show pictures with too much information about their outside life. The other thing I'll tell you, always check the background on the pictures, okay? You never know what's sitting out there, and people who look at pictures, people who would stalk, people who would exploit, they're going to look at every square inch of that photo to see what's in the background, what they can use to sort of lure your kid if that's their target.
So you're saying the first day of school photo might be a chop. That might be something that people really should not be doing anymore? What about a birthday?
Well, hey, first day of school is fine. Let's not talk about which school, okay? Let's not tell him what time it starts and what time he gets home and where he walks from the bus and all these other things that they like to share. It's okay if you're sharing with your family, but these are not all your family. And it's just when you do these things, you need to have a mindset that, look, what would someone with ill intentions for my child be able to do with this?
Wow.
And if it provides information that allows them to target your child specifically, you should probably back off from that post.
This is something parents needed to hear. Remember, everybody, not everything private is private. Stan, thank you so much for being here. Great conversation. And look, if you need more advice on this topic, you can contact Dolman Law by logging onto the website on your screen. It's dolmanlaw.com.